Hi there, Malcolm here with my 118th Booktube video, and today I'll be doing a book review on Birdbox by Josh Malerman. I've not seen the Netflix movie yet. I do want to, I just haven't got around to it. So this is based purely on what I've read in the book. For those who don't know, Birdbox is a post-apocalyptic thriller where something's happened that has pretty much ended the world as we know it, and in the aftermath, a woman and her two children are trying to go somewhere. Now, I'll try and keep this largely spoiler-free, although I will have to step into spoiler territory at some point. I'll announce it loudly and proudly when I do, so until then, this is spoiler-free. So like I said, the story follows this woman, but it has a lot of flashbacks to before the end of the world event, and then during it, and then leading up to the time where we meet her at the beginning of the book, going out to do this adventure with the two children. The story is mostly the flashback part of it, where we jumped back to the present, which furthers the story only a tiny amount, and then we jump back into the past again to fill in the blanks until this point. So we start off, life's normal, everything's fine, but there are rumours of something funny going on in some far distant land. People have died as a result of it, a bit like our early warning of COVID being first reported. And then it spreads across the world, gets a bit closer to home, and then it hits. Now technically it's not really a spoiler because you do find out pretty early on, but basically something that is seen causes people to go completely suicidally mad. They will kill anyone around them and then themselves. And they will go to great lengths to ensure their own destruction. So as such, you either stay inside and don't leave the house. Kind of sounds a bit familiar at the moment, to be honest. Or if you do go outside, you go outside blindfolded and try and scavenge and survive that way. So that's the basic premise. What did I think? Well, I flew through this book very, very quickly. It's a very quick, easy read. It's 300 pages long, but there's lots of page breaks. Very, very short, well, not even chapters, but segments. And so there's an awful lot of blank page in this book, so you do whiz through this very quickly. At least I did. I wouldn't say any of the characters were particularly standout-ish. We follow the character of Mallory for the majority of the story, although we do change point of view on a couple of occasions when somebody else tells her their story, and then we jump to their point of view as we see their story through their eyes. And like I said, it jumps between the two timelines of her and the children out in the world and the events leading up to them leaving the house and doing this little adventure. Having read a fair bit of post-apocalyptic fiction now, certainly regarding zombies, plagues, and various other end-of-the-world things, there's a lot of the familiar tropes in here. Scavenging other houses for canned goods. Can you trust the new arrivals? You know, what's more dangerous? The thing that's out there being dangerous, or the humans in here with us. But I think it played out those usual tropes quite nicely. Though I would say the writing style did grate a little bit. And there are a lot of very short sentences used. Open a page at random. The others excitedly prepare the dining room. Olympia gets the utensils. Felix fills glasses with water from the buckets. Tom is back. Jules is back. And the whole book's not written quite like that, but the majority of it is, and it's a little bit stilted. It doesn't flow as well as a proper narration should, but it's a snappy read, so there is that offset. And at the time when I finished this, I would say this is a buy it situation. I whizzed through it. I really enjoyed it. It's been about 2 weeks since I've read it now. I'm not sure if it had the staying power. I've still not seen the film yet. I still want to, but I've just not got around to it. So I might downgrade it to a worth reading, but I certainly enjoyed it having read it. Right, now to spoiler territory. Well, the big thing is, what causes this issue to happen? And the answer is creatures. There's some creature out in the world that when people see them, for whatever reason, they go mad and kill everyone around them and themselves. There's not much more detail given than that in the entire book. What do they look like? How do they sound? Every now and again we get there's a presence nearby, there's something moving. Although because they're all blindfolded, it's there to increase attention. Is it somebody else? Is it a leaf falling off a tree or something? You do get the occasional scene where there is something else with them outside. But it's never expressly explained what, because everyone who does see one ends up dead, and so we never find out what they saw. This really annoyed me, and I actually went on to Google and looked up what the Netflix film did, and they chose not to show the creature either, which really bugged me. Yes, there's this thing of making something scarier but not showing you, but I would have liked something, you know, even if it was just a taloned hand or a scale or a lock of hair or something, just a memento or footprint, just something just to say that it is a tangible thing or not a tangible thing. But no, there's absolutely no description or anything given as to what these things are. But they're definitely there. There's no, oh, it's humans all along, it's your own psyche. They're definitely there, you just you don't know what they are, and this is never revealed. And the other thing that slightly bugged me through this was the fact that this journey that Mallory and her children are going on, it's not explained until right at the end where they're going and why they're risking the outside world. It turns out there's a sanctuary just up the river from them, and it's taken her 4.5 years to summon the courage to go and find it. I won't give away the ending completely, even now we're in spoiler territory, but the ending was satisfying. I think I heard that there is going to be a Birdbox 2 being done. It's not set up for a sequel, but there's certainly room for more of the story. Perhaps this time we do actually see the creatures, which I would imagine would probably be a big mistake, because although it does annoy me that I never saw them, I think the story works because you don't see them, ironically. So there you go, Birdbox. Have you seen it? Have you read it? What did you think of it? Comments below, please. How does it compare to other post-apocalyptic thrillers of a similar ilk? Last year I read The Silence by Tim Lebon. Quite enjoyed that. Saw the movie. It was all right. Not as bad as people say it is. It wasn't great, certainly. Or Quiet Place. You know, which of those three are better? I've not seen that one yet, but, you know, that's the trilogy of the post-apocalyptic thing outside that kills you if something happens, like you see it or you make a sound. Which of those are your favourites? The books or the films? But as usual, if you have nothing nice to say, then please keep it to yourself. Thank you, and until next time, see you later.